There are those places you go where you just feel, comfortable. It's like grandma's hug. You just belong there. It's inviting, it's warm, and you'll be damned if you ever want to leave it.
That's about the best way to describe this place, the Buffet, in Tucson, Arizona. Since 1933, the Buffet has been making people feel like they're part of a family. Like when they come in, they're coming home to sit around the dinner table, not around a bar. And that's just how we felt too. The Buffet sits at 538 East 9th Street in what's known as the Iron Horse District.
We sat down with the owners of the Buffet, Leisha, William, and Marilyn, to understand the bar's place in the community and its history.
The building here was built in 1929. The liquor license was acquired in 1934, and at that time it was opened up as the Lantern Bar.
This area of Tucson, one of the oldest, is known as the Iron Horse District because in the early 20th century it was home to mostly railroad workers who had to live within a mile of the train depot so they could hear the whistles.
This neighborhood is called the Iron Horse Neighborhood Association, or Iron Horse Neighborhood, because it's very close to the railroad, the depot. It used to be just a short ways across there, and apparently back in the 20s and 30s, if you worked at the railroad, you had to live close enough so that you could hear the train whistle when it blew, I guess, and that meant you go to work. So that's, in this neighborhood are a lot of little small bungalow type buildings still that used to house the train workers. In fact, our sign outside has a train.
Now the Buffet attracts a wide variety of customers from the time they open at 6 a.m. until the time they close at 2 a.m.
You come at 6 in the morning, most everybody has scrubs on because all the nurses and the people from the local hospitals are getting off work. They've worked all night. There's a whole crew of firemen that come in when they get off their shift. I think there's a whole crew of brown people from UPS, and they've loaded all those trucks all night, and they come by, and just like anybody, they get off work, they come and have a few beers and play some shuffleboard and go home and go to bed.
In fact, their early opening has also made them the traditional stop before graduation ceremonies at the nearby University of Arizona. This tradition has been going on for years.
It's mind-boggling that we open at 6 and there'll be people standing outside waiting to come in, and it obviously has been a tradition with the U of A graduates for a long time, and they come in with, like Leisha was saying earlier, with their parents, their grandparents, all the family, because maybe they've all been here, and it's just instantly by 10 minutes after 6, the place is totally filled with people, and they stay till it's about graduation time, and I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but the U of A has moved their graduations from 2 o'clock to noon to 11. I think they were at 9 o'clock last year. So I think they're tired of having all the people, their graduates that have been out celebrating. So, and it might have to do with one of the traditions at the U of A graduation is they throw tortillas.
The popularity of the Buffet, leading to the subsequent tortilla attacks on faculty at U of A commencement, is due to a number of factors, but mainly we think it has something to do with the bar's character and personality. I mean, let's face it, where else have you seen a Happy Minute before?
We have 2 Happy Minutes at 6 o'clock every day. You can get whatever you're drinking, you can get that drink, whatever you're having, whether it's a pitcher or a Maker's, or you get one free for that minute. And
but it's not actually free, it's a 2-for-1. If you're sitting at the bar and you have a drink in front of you, at 6 o'clock you get another one.
And listen to what you get on your birthday.
On your birthday,
you
come in and you get a jumbo. You get actually a super jumbo, which is a
22 ounce.
22 ounce beer and a shot of your choice.
For a penny.
On your birthday. For a penny.
For a penny.
As far as food's concerned, they stick to some pretty basic bar grub. No frozen pizzas or fake gourmet crap here. Nope, hot dogs and sausages boiled in beer in their crock pot is something they've been doing for decades, and they're well known for it. They serve the American all-beef hot dogs with all the fixings, anything you want, from jalapenos to sauerkraut. But it's the beer and the slow cooking in the crock pot that really makes these things tasty, not what you put on top of it.
Something else they've been making for decades are their pickled eggs, which I'd never tried before. The Buffet's pickled eggs are made from the Pennsylvania Dutch style, where beets are added to the solution to sweeten the eggs and to give it this bright red color. I gotta admit, the looks threw me just a bit, but I had to give it a shot. I mean, after all, it's a bar staple, right?
Down the hatch. I'm gonna have the beer ready just today.
Okay. Kind of tart.
Yummy!
Now, Claire, let me ask you this. How does that compare to mountain oysters?
It's not as chewy.
It's kind of customary for us to find out what a bar signature drink is. So naturally, we asked at the buffet.
Our signature drinks are, products are actually Maker's Mark and Stoli Vodka. Every day, all day, open to close. They're both $3.50 a drink. That's an ounce and a half plus shot.
Wait a minute. So the most popular drinks are brand bourbon, vodka, and Coors Banquet beer. In a society obsessed with mixology and cocktails, how popular can that possibly be?
So more Maker's Mark than any other bar in Arizona. And the buffet has had the reputation for selling more Coors Beer than any other bar in America.
You might have noticed the decor is a bit eccentric. So much so that it may scare off customers with more sensitive tastes. It'd be hard to believe anyone of standing would ever actually come in here. But in fact, the crowd is as diverse as it gets, and even certain local celebrities have frequented the place.
Lee Marvin used to sit right over here on this corner and drink Jack Daniels. That was a regular thing for him. She's also told me when her kind of wild man Gino brought Paul McCartney in here partying years ago.
Yes, the buffet is a dive bar, but it's also just one of those places you feel at home at. Maybe it's the history, the 78-year legacy of serving the hard-working men and women of their city. It could be the owners that genuinely care about their customers, so much so that on Thanksgiving they cook a whole bunch of turkeys for them. Maybe it's the free shuffleboard or the 25-cent pool table.
Maybe it's the fact that while the rest of the world rushes to figure out the next sweetened alcoholic concoction, they're content to pour liquor straight and over ice. Maybe it's the traditions from the school, or the generations of customers they've had. The food, the prices, or just the genuine atmosphere. Whatever it is, it's uncommon. Just a feeling that you belong there. It's something that's getting harder and harder to find. The buffet has definitely endeared itself to us, and we can't friggin' wait to get back.